Good morning, friend. I've been meaning to talk to you about something.
Oh, what's up?
Well, I've noticed that you've been making quite a few mistakes in your English lately.
Really? I wasn't aware of that. Can you give me some examples?
Sure, for instance, in our last meeting, you said, "I seen the report," instead of "I saw the report."
Oh, I didn't realize that. I guess I've been slipping up.
It's okay, we all make mistakes. But it's crucial to be mindful of these errors, especially in a professional setting.
You're right. I don't want to give the wrong impression. Can you point out some more mistakes so I can work on them?
Of course. Another common one is using there instead of there or there. It happened a couple of times in your email last week.
Oh my God, that's embarrassing. I appreciate you bringing it to my attention, though. I'll definitely be more careful moving forward.
No problem at all. It happens to everyone. Another thing is the misuse of prepositions. Instead of saying, "I am good at math," it should be, "I am good at math."
Got it. I'll make a note of that. Any other tips?
Well, there's the confusion between your and your. It's important to know when to use the contraction and when to use the possessive form.
Yeah, that one is tricky for me. I'll make an effort to pay more attention to it.
Great. And one last thing, try to avoid double negatives. Saying something like, "I don't need no help," can be confusing. It's better to say, "I don't need any help."
I see what you mean. I'll work on eliminating those from my speech.
Awesome. The key is practice. Maybe you could use some language learning apps or resources to reinforce these concepts.
That's a good idea. I'll look into that. Thanks for taking the time to help me improve.
No problem at all. We're all here to support each other. Just keep practicing and you'll see progress in no time.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that. I've actually noticed a few mistakes in your English as well, but I didn't want to bring it up.
Oh, really? I appreciate your honesty. What kind of mistakes did you notice?
Well, for instance, in yesterday's presentation, you said the data are incomplete when it should be the data is incomplete.
Ah, I see. I guess I mixed up the singular and plural forms there. Thanks for pointing it out.
No problem. And in that email thread last week, you used effect instead of effect in a few instances.
Oh, that's a common one, isn't it? I'll make sure to double check that in the future.
Absolutely. It happens to everyone. And I just wanted to mention it because I know we're both working on improving our language skills.
I appreciate your understanding. It's good to know we can help each other grow in this aspect. Are there any other mistakes you noticed?
Well, there was one more thing. In the team meeting, you said, I have less tasks to complete, when it should be fewer tasks.
Right, the distinction between less and fewer. I'll keep an eye on that moving forward.
I hope you don't mind me bringing it up. I believe we're both here to support each other's professional development.
Not at all. I'm grateful you mentioned it. It's a two-way street and I'm open to constructive feedback. Let's both work on improving our language skills together.
Agreed. We'll make a great team in refining our communication skills.
Of course, and feel free to point out any other mistakes you notice. It's all part of the learning process.
And you know, I've been facing a situation. There are times when I make mistakes in English, and I end up getting mocked by some colleagues. It's quite frustrating.
I can understand how that feels. It's disheartening when people don't realize that language mistakes are a natural part of learning and communicating.
Exactly. I'm working hard to improve, but the mockery doesn't make it any easier.
I'm sorry to hear that. No one should be ridiculed for trying to improve themselves. Have you considered addressing this with your colleagues or a supervisor?
I haven't brought it up yet. I guess I didn't want to seem overly sensitive or make a big deal out of it.
It's essential to prioritize a supportive and respectful work environment. If it's affecting you, it might be worth having a conversation with someone you trust or even with the individuals involved.
You're right. I'll consider discussing it with my supervisor. On a brighter note, I appreciate your understanding and the constructive feedback you've given me.
Of course, we all have areas to improve, and it's crucial to create an environment where we can learn from each other without fear of judgment.
I couldn't agree more. It's just frustrating when others don't see it that way.
People's reactions often say more about them than about you. Don't let the mockery discourage you. Focus on your progress and growth.
Thanks for the encouragement. I'll keep that in mind and work on developing a thicker skin.
Yes, we've got each other's back. It's okay to make mistakes. That's how we learn and get better.
You're right. I guess it's a learning process, and I shouldn't be too hard on myself.
Exactly. Mistakes are stepping stones to success. There's a valuable lesson in every error, and it's through these experiences that we grow stronger.
I suppose the key is resilience and a positive mindset, isn't it?
Absolutely. Embracing a positive attitude helps not only in overcoming language barriers, but also in navigating challenges in all aspects of life.
I'll work on developing that mindset. It's just sometimes discouraging when the learning curve feels steep.
It's completely normal to feel that way. Even the most fluent speakers were learners once. Perseverance pays off in the long run.
I shouldn't let fear of making mistakes hold me back from improving.
Precisely. And regarding the mockery from others, it reflects more on their character than yours. People who belittle others for trying are often insecure themselves.
I guess it's a good lesson in empathy too. Maybe some of them don't realize the impact of their words.
Yes, it's a chance for us to foster a culture of understanding and support.
Thanks for being so supportive. I'll keep all this in mind as I continue working on my language skills.
You're welcome. We're all works in progress, and every step we take toward improvement is a victory. Let's keep moving forward and learning from each experience.
Agreed. Here's to growth, resilience, and fostering a positive environment for everyone.